Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another storytime video. Today we're gonna talk about a time I got high and almost got caught smoking weed at home. So, it started about it was probably a month, no, it was yeah, I think it was a month ago, it was definitely during April. Uh, and, yeah, so my dealer, gave me some what he calls clips. I've never heard the term used like that. The first time he said "Yo, I'm gonna give you some clips" or something like that. I never knew what he was talking about until I saw what he meant. And by clips he means roaches. Basically, roaches is the little when you're done with the joint or blunt, you have this little itty bitty thing in your hand, right? Which basically it's not really smokable. It's people just throw it out the window or just get rid of it. Nobody wants to smoke that. And basically his brother's been collecting a bunch of those, and they call them fucking clips or something. I don't know. So yeah, he gave me maybe 11 of those little things, and it was ash, bro. Some of it was ash, which I told him. He was like, "No, bro, I looked at it clearly. There was no ash in there." I'm like, "Bruh, I saw a stem in there. You, I don't know what you're talking about, my dude." And he's like, "Well, oh, my bad. Then I probably didn't check it that well. I'm sorry, but for sure that was not ash." I'm like, whatever. Okay. Not only that, but that same deal. It was all for $20. Can you believe that? $20 for 11 little half ash, half. I mean, it was good stuff. It smelled, it reeked of you know, like the smell was really strong. Um, he wrapped it in this pretty cheap. He put a napkin over it, and then he rolled it. Not only that, it was not just roaches. It's also two pills, two random brown pills. He told me at first it was ecstasy, because he told me his brother was messed up, and he likes doing harder stuff. I'm like, okay, I don't care, I don't mind. Cool. I was kind of looking forward to that. But whatever. I was excited, and he also told me I'll throw a DXM. Basically, it gives you this weird high where if you take enough of it, you'll start seeing these shadow people and stuff like that. People have been scared of taking it, and people have taken it, and they call it the robo trip. And people get scared of it. Once they do it, some people just never do it again because they just get so scared and paranoid of I've tried that with diphenhydramine. So basically, he gave me a DXM pill, two brown ecstasy pills, and 11 roaches. And whatever, I thought, whatever, ecstasy's pretty, I don't know how much it costs, but I guess it's expensive, so Tony's not that bad. No, it was totally not worth it. If anything, it was a complete waste of money, and kind of pissed me off, because the bud barely even made me high, you know. Uh, I guess it gave me a pretty good euphoric feeling, light buzz, but it wasn't a stone like when I had my dad pen. I low-key missed that. Not low-key, I really missed that stuff, bro. But yeah. So, that was already pretty trash. Basically, I grab the buds, and I pull them out of the little roaches, because I'm not gonna just smoke all that. I grab the soda can, but my little way of secretly doing it at home, even though my parents are, which is not a good idea either. My sister's always gonna be my sister's always on the lookout side, which I thank her, because she's really useful, and I appreciate that. She's always on the lookout and telling me, "Yo, if I smell like this, or if I smell weird, or if I the room smells like skunk or something like that." So she's on the lookout. I light up some matches, and take a good hit, and feel pretty good. Ish, not really. I'm like, alright, that's the first one. Does it smell like it? And she's like, no, kind of, but just put some perfume, and I heard in the internet that if you put Axe or anything like with alcohol in it, like stuff like that, mainly Axe, it does not like sure it'll like take away the smell for a couple minutes, but then since it has alcohol, then it'll make it smell like even more, It'll bring out the smell. It'll bring out the bad smell, right? So I have Axe, but like I didn't use it because of that reason. So I used my sister's pink weird perfume and just sprayed all that downstairs. I do it in the basement, right where where my dad keeps his tools. Dad wasn't home, but my mom was, and yeah, I also read in the internet that those who don't, take any substances or do anything, can smell out the skunk scent or the scent of the weed, um, from a mile away, pretty much. The best analogy to put it in is like if you're let's say you're in the ocean, right? And like once a fish starts bleeding, the shark will smell that, right? Cuz like there's no like bleeding fish in the sea unless like, they're hurt or something like that. You don't smell the sharks don't smell it that often. So when they do, they know it's like, oh, prey is or there's food in the area or something like that, something to eat. So that's basically the best analogy I heard put into it. Since my sister was in the lookout, she just sprayed it, and I put some Febreze, and you know, then I was like, you know what, this isn't hitting me, and I thought I should have taken more. So I basically just grabbed I packed a little bit of what the little roaches had into like the biggest roach I could find, or the second biggest, because the biggest is what I saved and I smoked like what yesterday. Um, so yeah, I grabbed that and I completely inhaled that, and bad idea. I made a fat ghost. I wish I could have recorded that. Um, I really wish I could have recorded that because that one looked awesome from my perspective. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. I don't know. It just looked awesome to me. And when I said big, like when I say big, it was big. And then I ghosted and I inhaled it completely. Like I started coughing. It was good stuff, ish. Yeah. Um. So then whenever I smoke or do anything like I'm not supposed to, I get super paranoid. Like I don't want my parents finding out about this stuff. They just, it's kind of hard explaining why you got to do this stuff. It's there's no reason. I just like having fun. Uh, you know, my sister comes downstairs because I tell her to come, and she tells me, "Yo, it smells like Snoop Dogg in here." And so I'm like, "Oh shit, what am I gonna do?" And she's like, "Well, let's just spray everything with whatever we can. You get mouthwash because your mouth smells like Snoop Dogg, and yeah, let me take care of the rest. Hide your stuff, and let's just hope mom doesn't find out what you just did." And I'm like, all right, thanks, because she knows I get paranoid, and again, I appreciate that. Uh, we I start panicking and start putting everything in the little metal box, zip it up, and yep. Oh my god, it smelled so much downstairs. I even like it was so bad. It was so bad, but it smelled like so good. Like it was good strong. Like it smelled really good. It smelled like it was strong stuff, but it wasn't like I'm used to like taking a bunch of hits with a dab pen, so it didn't really affect me as much as it would have if I didn't, or if it was like my first time or something like that. I don't know. So smelled pretty good to me, and then yeah, we just go upstairs. We just booked it. She's like, just pretend like you're doing this or playing on your phone. Go play some PUBG, and let's pretend like this never happened. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay. I started listening to some music, put PUBG on, and my social worker, calls in to say, to check up on us if we're doing good, we need anything. She's a really nice woman. You know, uh, So my mom, answers, and then she's they're talking for like 10 minutes, and then she wants to check up on us, me and my sister, to see if like we need anything like for entertainment, like board games or drawing supplies, because she knows I like to draw. Um, and my mom wants to pass it to me, and she calls out my name. I am pretty buzzed. Pretty buzzed. Eyes weren't red, according to my sister. They were pretty yellow. Mom comes in the room. She takes down this, because to not get like, there's my door, and then I put like this little, not blanket, but there's like this sleeve I put, or no, it's more of a curtain, yeah. I put a curtain, like, in front of my door, and the door wasn't closed, so it was just a curtain. She opens the curtain, she's like, "Oh, Lorena wants to talk to you, huh?" And she passes the phone to me, and I'm like, "Oh, hey," and I'm pretty much trembling because I know, so like I don't know, but I feel like she knows something or like what's going on, and she's like, "Something smells weird in here," and she looks at me and my sister, tries to play it casual because she's on the phone with someone important, and she doesn't, she's like, "Something smells weird in here, huh?" And I'm like, whatever. And I start talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, how you guys doing? You guys need anything? Whatever. How you doing with your schoolwork? Are you getting caught up and all that stuff? You guys, doing this and that?" I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good, and I'm just drawing and watching YouTube, trying to do my homework right now. I fucking wasn't. Who does homework? Um, my mom basically starts looking around the room. She pulls out like, and I basically muted, or not muted. I muted myself, and I'm like, "Yo, mom, what are you doing?" And she's like, nothing. Seeing what you guys are up to, cause something smells funny in here, and I'm not happy about it." And I'm like, "Oh, whatever, okay." She's like, I hope you're not doing things I hope you're not supposed to be doing." I'm like, "No, don't worry, I'm not doing anything." I go back to the phone with my social worker. She's, finds nutmeg, an empty nutmeg bottle, and she's like, "Huh, what's this?" I'm like, it's just nutmeg. I just keep it in my room because I like to make coffee." And she's like, "Oh, okay. Okay." She opens it, she smells it. Bro, I laugh because that shit smelled dumb. Like, nutmeg is not a pleasant smell. She put her nose into the into the bottle and try to, get a good whiff if like it smelled like cannabis, and dude, she just got hit by disappointment, my dude. So I was just snickered and laughed, kind of giggled, and she's like, "Ugh, okay." She starts looking, and she's like, she goes over to my sister. She's like, "It's him, isn't he? It's him, isn't it?" And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about." And she's like, "I know it's him. Or is it you?" And she's like, "I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about?" I gave the phone over to my sister. She's like, "You know what? Get in my room. Or come to my room. I want to talk to you." I'm like, "All right, you want to talk? Whatever. Whatever." I keep looking down to the floor, and I think I knew she knew what's up. And she's like, "All right, what are you getting yourself into? What is this? Why does the house smell like weed?" I'm like, I don't know." She's like, "You sure you don't know? Cause you look pretty yellow right now." I'm like, "I don't know. Probably because I didn't eat. I just woke up." And she's like, "Huh? Okay. Yeah. I swear to God, if I find something in your room, I'm gonna check in your room right now. And if I find something, I'm gonna tell your father. Either way, I don't care if I don't find anything. I'm gonna tell your father that this your room smells like it." I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever. Just trust me. I'm not doing anything bad." She's like, "Uh huh. Okay." She goes downstairs into the kitchen. She's like, "Smells like weed in here too." I'm like, "I don't know anything about that." And she's like, "Okay, okay." She goes downstairs. She's like, "Wow, it smells a lot like in there. I bet you guys were doing it in here." I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not doing anything." She's like, "Uh-huh, sure." She looks around. She's like, "I better not find anything bad in here." And I'm like, you're. I swear to God, Mom, I'm not doing anything bad. If I was doing something, you'd probably be the first person to to find out. You'd probably be the first person I would tell." She's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Yeah, my sister passes the phone to her, and my mom goes into her room. I'm like, "Oh shit, my my weed's under under my bed in a box."
I was just like, well, you got to get rid of it. I'm like, what am I gonna do? And she's like, well, I don't know, just find something out. Well, I distract her. I'm like, okay, thanks. I figured out, like, I didn't really figure out anything. I just, basically, I just grabbed the box. I kept it in a metal box where I wrapped it in two clean socks. Uh, and yeah, and two plastic baggies because but I don't know. Put that downstairs in one of my brother's old track bags. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, and she looked even more around my room. She's like, "All right, okay, you're clean." But she asked me to blow. She's like, "All right, blow." I'm like, and she's like, "I know it's you, and I know you're doing something. So come clean to me." I'm like, "I swear to God, I'm not doing anything." She's like, "Well, I'm calling your father right now." I'm like, "Okay, go ahead." Wow. I don't know what hit me. Like confidence, just a wave of confidence just hit me. I was like, "Okay, just do it then." She's like, "Okay." Calls my dad and she's like, "Oh, what's up?" And my dad's like, "Oh, tell Jerry to do this and that because we had a job to do with our landlord, whatever." With that, she's like, "Okay, okay." Right now he's over here in the kitchen washing dishes, and I'm like, I'm just I'm trying to act normal because I'm paranoid as hell, deeply inside, but in the outside I'm all confident for some reason. And she's like, "Well, right now the house smells like pure weed in here." She's like, "And I think your son's doing something." And he's like, "Oh, really? Huh. Well, I don't know what he's getting himself into, but I don't know what to even say. I'll talk to him when I get home." By the way, he never talked to me at all. I fell asleep like a baby. Yeah, yeah. I started washing dishes. I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like getting in trouble with my dad, so I'll go to sleep. I fell asleep, woke up like the next day. Um, my sister tells me, for some reason she was still awake at 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. And I was like, yo, yo, yo. I knock. I'm like, yo, did mom and dad say anything about me? And she's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. They asked me if you were doing anything because you've been getting skinny and you know you've been not talking to them. You haven't been eating and you've been getting skinny and looking yellow. And I'm like, oh, okay. Did dad say anything? And she's like, no, but mom told dad, and dad said he doesn't know what he's gonna do. They all tried asking me, and I said, oh, I don't know. I don't really talk to him. They're like, so they believe me, and they just try to ignore whatever. And I'm like, okay, so am I in trouble? They're like, no. She's like, nah, no, you're not. I mean, you didn't get caught, pretty much. They didn't find anything on you, so you're pretty much clean and set. I'm like, oh, thank God for not ratting me out. She's like, oh, it's fine. Yeah. So yeah, in the end, I did not get in trouble. Didn't get my phone taken away. Wow, that went pretty good, I guess. Thank God I did not get caught, and hopefully I won't get caught. I'll try to be smarter next time and hide it in a place where it won't or at least do it outside. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the video and the story time. Uh, Make sure to like and subscribe. Or not if you guys want. Definitely share this to friends or family. Doesn't matter. Uh, Stay high, stay lifted. See you in the next video.